Tonight, two teams below the playoff line are looking to move a little higher in the high desert. It's a battle of West versus East. It's Locomotive FC and Sporting Jacksonville. Good evening to you from Southwest University Park. I'm Duke Keith. UTEP soccer coach Gibbs Keaton will join me shortly. So it's a mix of good news and bad news for El Paso Locomotive and Sporting Jacksonville. The good news for both teams is there's still plenty of time. The bad news is there's not nearly as much of it. It's a little better for Locomotive FC as Locomotive finds itself in 10th place in the Western Conference. But it's the wild, wild West, as we know. El Paso one win away for tying for 5th place. Things are a little more dire for championship newcomer Sporting JAX at the bottom of the Eastern Conference table with just one win. But that one win happened last week against defending USL Cup champion Pittsburgh. It started well enough for the champs. Elliot Goldthorpe connecting his pass to Trevor Aman, who scores 1-0 Riverhounds in the 29th minute. Jacksonville would stay close, though, and they would find the equalizer in the 50th as Kieran Sadlier sent this one top right corner 1-1. Then, disaster at the back for Pittsburgh. The Riverhounds' Victor Souza gets a piece of the ball in the 78th minute, and it goes in for a game-winning or maybe game-losing own goal for Pittsburgh. Jacksonville certainly doesn't care. Win number 1, followed by a 2-2 draw against fellow newcomers Brooklyn FC last Saturday. As for the Locos last Saturday, chomping at the bit for their rematch at FC Tulsa, but it was the hosts who would score the game's only goal in first-half stoppage time. Tulsa's Jamie Weber lifts in a beauty on the set piece. Lamar Batista beat his man to the back and taps it home 1-0. It was all FC Tulsa need. Solid effort in the second half for Los Locos, but El Paso was unable to break through. And it's not the first time set pieces have troubled Locomotive FC. Head coach Junior Gonzalez says it boils down to moments.
We still did enough to at least go into halftime 0-0 and to re-strategize. But unfortunately, we haven't been mentally disciplined enough to deal with restart situations as consistent. We're improving, but there's these key moments where we just have to deal with man-to-man marking and not allowing players to get inside of us. You wake up every morning thinking about what can I accomplish today to be successful. And you're not thinking about the last two weeks or the prior days. The way we focus on our training is each day matters, and how can we execute on the weekend? Those 3 points are now gone and lost. How can we get the 3 points this weekend and continue pushing forward into some important Western Conference games? You know, we have a good chunk of games with teams that are higher than us that we can pick off points.
It's also been nice to see the return of winger Jimmy Farcarlin, who was out for 2 months with a muscle tear. Farcarlin's speed has been a welcome sight the last 2 matches for Los Locos, and he's happy to be back too.
I don't think I've seen the best of me since preseason yet, and I keep since the injury. But I don't like to make excuses for myself. I like to keep my head down and keep working, and I think the best is yet to come.
Will a healthy roster and attitude lift Los Locos back into playoff positions? Or will Sporting JAX continue last week's good vibrations here in El Paso? We'll find out next.
An important message from Lovett & Murray, personal injury attorneys.
If you've been in a car wreck and suddenly someone calls you offering legal help,
that's not a coincidence. They bought your information.
They're runners. It's illegal for them to contact you like that.
Don't trust anyone who calls you out of nowhere.
You have the right to choose who represents you. Don't be fooled by solicitors.
Call us for a free, no-obligation consultation. Choose local.
Choose Lovett & Murray.
If you've been injured, call Lovett & Murray right now.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Still stuck in that tiny pool? Mid-July already? And this is your summer? There's still time to make this summer count at Western Technical College. Get out of the kiddie pool and dive into hands-on training, real careers, and skills that matter. Don't let another summer slip you by. Become a bigger fish in a bigger pond and actually love what you're doing. Visit westerntech.edu and enroll today before summer ends. Don't give up. Rise up at Western Tech. College for the real world.
Mesa Trophies and Plaques is the place to go when you want to congratulate, recognize, or honor that special someone. Whether it's sports, office professionals, teachers, police, first responders, anyone who deserves a trophy, plaque, or special creation, Mesa Trophies and Plaques can get the job done. Mesa Trophies and Plaques, honoring and serving El Paso and the borderlands since 1978. Call 532-6466 or stop by 1515 Wyoming.
Welcome to Southwest University Park. Duke Keith along with Gibbs Keaton with you. Just about ready for kickoff. A couple of teams below the playoff line. They are limping into this one, but somebody's going to come out with something. 3 points or 1 point for Sporting JAX. It is continuing the good vibes for Locomotive, trying to reverse the trend. And Gibbs Keaton, as we take a look at the starting lineups for Locomotive FC. Couple of notable absences, Kofi Chamasi, Noah Dolenmeyer at the back, Alex Mendez in the midfield, but Locomotive with plenty of firepower up front. Risa Moreno flanking Rubin.
Yeah, excited to be back and keep the good vibes of the World Cup going as well, and just more soccer. That's what we need, and everybody's hunting for some points here tonight. It's going to be a fun one.
Abraham Romero gets the start. Of course, Sebastian Moramora continuing to be out with injury. So Axel Jimenez, Locomotive Academy product, gets the spot on the bench as the backup keeper. There's our first look at Ricky Ruiz up front, looking to see what would happen with that ball, and just a little bit of mistimed run from Amanda Moreno at the far post, but pretty good looking ball from Ruiz. We take a look at the Sporting JAX lineup first. Apologies, they've got lots of injuries too. Mohamed Traore, Edgardo Rito, both former Phoenix Rising products are out tonight, but the men to keep an eye on, number 10, Sadlier, and Jeskalainen, number 16 right in behind him.
Yeah, great game start for Gabby Torres there to get the ball, progress up the wing, and create something straight away, and it looks like we're going to have two similar shapes, so we'll see what system prevails with their style of play and individual strengths of the players as well. Looking forward to this one tonight from both teams.
On paper, 3 at the back for both Locomotive and Sporting JAX. As there we see Junior Gonzalez, Locomotive head coach. Positive attitude, but that's kind of the job, isn't it, when you're the head man?
It is, absolutely, and it's always tough to play on the road, and they've done well and looking for points at home as well tonight. And he has been positive throughout, and I think that he's stuck to what identity he's trying to build.
Just talked about those moments. Locomotive, solid effort, and it'll be an El Paso corner kick straight away. Good work by Gabi Torres again on the left.
Yeah, and I think part of those moments is now you're on the front foot with an attacking set piece, so you're trying to flip the script on this and find success here to really build the set piece defensive scenarios as well. Liam
Fox, you saw him, the head coach of Sporting JAX. In-swinging ball to the far post will be headed out firmly. Good effort in the back by Rafferty Petter, the Englishman, in from Tacoma Defiance. And there is Ricky Ruiz. It'll fall in the back for Jake McGuire, who gets the start as usual for Sporting JAX. Great women's program in the Super League. They got into the semifinals, finished second in the regular season in the Gainbridge Super League, before dropping their opening playoff match. Sporting Lexington would go on to win the Gainbridge Super League, but solid start in the first season of existence for this entire organization. Sporting Club Jacksonville. Of course, Locomotive, longtime Locomotive fans will remember Mark Lowry coming to El Paso from Jacksonville Armada in the NASL. Jacksonville has a new USL organization, and they're doing it at all levels, not just the academy, but the men's side and the championship, the women's side and the Super League, and just about everywhere they can fill in between.
It's great to see that and to see them promote both the guys and the girls for this, and they're obviously getting it going, and finding their way in the championship right now and coming off of a big win.
Impressive against the defending champions a week and a half ago. All the way over the top. Palermo Ortiz will issue that one out for a Jacksonville throw.
So we've seen Sporting JAX text the high line already with 2 big vertical balls, and we've seen El Paso Locomotive be able to get width from their wing backs and really utilize their front 3 to pin in Sporting JAX to make that line of 5 in the back, and just 2 systems working in their own way, and so far so good.
The long throw will land in the box, and that is a foul, a push, and immediately words exchanged. Tony Alfaro getting into things. Ryan Edwards says there was some head contact. The assistant referee felt compelled to come off his line.
I love it. If you're going to play against a team that's already showed in the first 5 minutes, they want to be direct. You got to take a stance for yourself, and you know what better guy than Alfaro to do that, and make sure everybody knows that we're at home right now.
Gives us an opportunity to tell you our officiating crew tonight. Christian Campo Hernandez is our head referee, having words, and a yellow card to Tony Alfaro after the altercation with Edwards.
Well, I guess
6'4" D-man defender from Liverpool.
Really goes to show who's in charge. Referee's in charge, carding both players straight away. Wants to set the tone as well.
You don't want to pull the card if you're the referee this early on, but if it's going to start this way, where's it going to go if you don't say something?
I don't think I want to answer that question right now. And that's a little early for me, and let the players play.
Good searching ball out of the back, almost finding the feet of Alvaro Quesada. That was Alfaro again. As we were saying, referee Christian Campo Hernandez, our assistants Alex Medvedev, Edwin Moturi, and William Hale is our 4th today. And here's Locomotive immediately bringing up Gabi Torres. You say 3 at the back, but obviously the shift back to a 5-man back line immediate for Sporting JAX, a team that has yet to register a clean sheet this season, the only team in the championship not to have one. And for Locomotive, which has proved itself tender at certain moments. That might just be the order of the day.
And I think you see that with the goal differential for Sporting JAX too. And you know, this is their quest to keep the ball out of the back of the net, and we're seeing that blockade of 5 straight away, and Gabi Torres was sitting in that vertical half space, and hopefully he can continue to find that space to create overloads on that side.
No team has let in more goals this season than Sporting Jacksonville, 44. The next closest is 15 away. So Liam Fox trying to staunch the bleeding. To that end, a couple of newish players for Sporting JAX. Debuting in the starting lineup tonight, Danny Wilson, who played for President Mark Warburton at Rangers in the Scottish Premier League, has EPL and MLS experience. And Raheem Summersall, brought in from St. Kitts. Here's Locomotive again. And again, it's Quesada. That one's blocked out by Danny Wilson.
And that's the 3rd time we've seen Palermo Ortiz hit that diagonal ball. Maybe that's something that Locomotive saw in the scout to be able to exploit Sporting JAX. And on this side, we have a high vertical player on Gabi Torres' side, living in that half space. They've utilized both of them so far with Gabi Torres on the ball right now.
Good switch from Calvillo out to Torres. Back to the captain, Eric Calvillo. Palermo Ortiz.
Another diagonal ball.
Hooking ball. That is mistouched, but into the corner. Quesada challenging. That'll be out for a goal kick. Good effort by Tyshawn Rose to make sure that went off. Quesada. Locomotive right back at it, though. Cardona. Alfaro. Up to Moreno. He aims, he fires, and it's tipped wide. Great save by McGuire. That had eyes for the back of the net.
That was going in the bottom corner. you go low and in the corner, you got a great chance. He's earning a corner from that, and you're seeing a lot of attacking variety. The first place center back looked was that diagonal ball, as we're seeing on the replay, and then he was able to play vertically into our attacking player there for a great shot.
Onto the right foot for Armando Moreno, and he was allowed to turn. That is a dangerous combination. Ricky Reyes on the corner.
A little bit of difficulty for the Sun and the goalkeeper here. See what happens.
Far post, and it's knocked wide. Out for a corner kick on the other side. That is off of Edwards. Big Liverpudlian got there.
3 attacking corners to start the game. Sporting JAX has done great to be organized and get those out.
And stop for an injury, Harvey Neville. You might recognize that last name. I know my broadcast partner, being the Manchester United fan he is, certainly does.
Anytime we can shout out the Red Devils, we need to do it. And what an awesome opportunity to see him line up for Sporting JAX today and represent the number 2.
Good effort, and again parried aside. Jake McGuire's been way too busy. That one coming from distance. Quesada had to go from outside the box.
I love all the attacking opportunities that have been created early in this game, and everybody's trying to find that low corner, and it's earning some extra corner kicks for El Paso Locomotive tonight. Great game start.
Quesada, 22 yards out, decided to have a go. And again, this one will swing in. That's knotted out. Locomotive, though, trying to keep a hold of it. That is a great effort. Somersall clears some space. Locomotive able to stop that, but not before Raheem Somersall carries it all the way to the midfield stripe. So we're already into the 12th minute. Let's do some Casa keys to the match, because I think we're seeing some of what you wanted to see tonight, Gibbs.
Absolutely. I think El Paso Locomotive controlling the first 12 minutes here in possession of the ball and really tactically astute to put players where they need to get Sporting JAX pinned in, and you see those keys pretty general for what El Paso Locomotive need to do, and we want to see how they're going to achieve that. And so far what we're seeing is the possession style that Junior Gonzalez wants to implement is really taking shape here early in the game, and I'm loving what they've been able to do to spray the ball diagonally and wide and sit in spaces that's making Sporting JAX vulnerable.
That second point. Don't waste stoppage time. Locomotive, the last 3 matches, has allowed goals in either second half or, as it was against FC Tulsa, first half stoppage time.
And those moments are so critical, and I think it's easy for coaches and fans and those around the game to watch and say, hey, you know, maybe somebody turned off in that moment.
Good cross into the box, handled by Abraham Romero.
But you also need somebody to stand up for the team in those moments, whether it's a commanding presence or a big save. It's really a collaborative effort to get through these critical moments of a game, whether it's after a goal or stoppage time, whatever the case may be. Got to have those leaders step up to make sure everybody's engaged for the full time.
Over the top, Calvillo. Rubio Rubin appreciates the effort. If there's anybody I feel for most, and obviously it's, you want the whole team to come through if you're an El Paso Locomotive fan. But Rubio Rubin, who's been without a goal for a while, and a lot of that has to do with being starved for service. You know that's a guy who can put it away if he's given half a chance.
And given his start to the season as well, and I think as watching him, his character and identity on the field, that doesn't change whether he's scoring goals every game or he's in a bit of a so-called slump. He's still hungry to find the next opportunity, and that's been great to watch him do that on the field.
Kieran Sadlier, also with 8 goals for Sporting Jacksonville this season. That's where Rubio Rubin still is for Locomotive. The difference between the two teams is leading assists man, even though the numbers are the same. 4 apples is Emilia Skalainen for Sporting JAX. It's also Rubio Rubin for Locomotive.
Great job.
No foul here, Quesada. Room to run.
Here we go.
Onside, Gabi Torres will have a go. It's blocked out. Might have been looking for Rubin on the far post. Good work by Neville to hold his ground. Good outswinging cross, knotted off the bar. The rebound falls to Moreno. Rubin cannot get it in, but Armando Moreno there to clean it up. Locomotive in the 15th minute finally breaks through.
Smiles all the way around. Team, fans, coach. That's exactly the game start that they were asking for, and that's what was leading up to it. You saw plenty of corner kicks, a 4 versus 3 attacking overload. Gabby Torres much better on the service here than the shot. And you're talking about Rubio Rubin. He made his own space and should get the assist for that as well, coming off the bar on that. So great job from El Paso Locomotive. Everybody involved in that attack. What a team goal for them to start here tonight.
Spectacular effort from Gabi Torres. Rubin falling away from it, probably couldn't get the power he wanted behind that header, but it works out.
As a goal scorer, he's going to be really disappointed that his name's not going on the goal sheet for that. As a Locomotive player, he's very happy that he was part of that, and that could give him the confidence to spearhead the next goal for him as well.
Provided he gets the assist, that is number 5 on the season. And Armando Moreno working his way up the scoring charts with his 6th of the year. And great to have him back and healthy for Locomotive FC.
Armando Moreno's the type of player that just really is tough energy. West Texas tough, all of those things. Always wants to be around the ball, wants to create his own opportunity, and he's there to pick up any of the scraps as well, as we just saw.
Here's Quesada.
Misconnection there, but very impressed with the attacking group from El Paso Locomotive to pull apart that back line of 5.
Oh, almost a mishandle on the back pass to McGuire. Awkward off the foot of Rossiter. Here's Neville. Good thought on the switch.
Awesome ball.
The back heel from Jeskalainen. Actually, that's Sadlier. Off it comes Tyshawn Rose. Sadlier rolls one into the box. Locomotive handles that. It'll be a throw for Sporting JAX.
Great attack from Sporting JAX, also capable of playing that big diagonal ball. You'll see a little bit of a difference there. El Paso Locomotive not immediately in that block of 5. They looked comfortable. They were able to handle that through the run of play there. Sporting JAX earning the set piece in a dangerous position and likely a service into the box, which is the keys to the game here. It could be stoppage time, it could be right now, but everybody has a responsibility on set pieces to do their job and man mark, and I'd love to see some leadership from El Paso Locomotive goalkeeper here to help with that collective responsibility.
So the foul called after the throw-in on Quesada. Just outside of the 18-yard box. Very difficult angle. Probably nothing direct, but hard enough for the defense is Romero.
He's also lining
things up
to play an in-swinger, which will give the goalkeeper something to think about.
Right off the wall.
Right into the wall.
Throw incoming for Sporting Jacksonville. They'll take it back to Tyshawn Rose. That'll bounce kindly to Moreno. Beautifully done, Ruiz. Beautiful touch. Rubin has to chase it a bit and gets chased off the ball. Former Locomotive defender Wahab Akwe helps clear the line. Akwe to the middle. Reyes trying to break it up with Danny Wilson.
just think going back to that final pass, Ruiz has to do better. That was a massive passing lane. Feed the bear. Get Rubin in for his goal as well. Just played it behind him. Not the quality we're looking for, El Paso Locomotive's looking for there.
It's a good effort at the back. Cardona. Wilson. Sporting JAX with a good run of possession here. Summersall. The man from St. Kitts. Great pass. On the outlet. Jeskalainen. They're going to call a penalty. Getting back to his feet. Torres takes down Emil Jeskalainen.
Can we go to VAR?
Torres can't believe it. We'll have a look at the replay, but great thought here by the man from St. Kitts to get it to the Englishman Jeskalainen. And our referee immediately pointing to the spot, Cristian Campo Hernandez.
Very limited contact in the box there, but it's always the risk of when you go to ground. Not sure Gabi Torres needed to go to ground there, and honestly, the single 9 running through the space between the center backs, untouched, no contact, that shouldn't happen as well. Unfortunate for Gabi Torres. Great mobility and passage of play there for Sporting JAX. They deserve that, but the difference is they didn't have as many people on the high line and still created an opportunity.
It'll be Sadlier. The Englishman on the penalty versus Abraham Romero. Tipped away, Romero with a save, guessed exactly right. And just exactly where the keeper can reach it, you have to say. Probably not a great penalty.
I think we call that soccer karma there. And he hit the ball hand high, put it right where the goalkeeper could extend and reach to it, got his hand to it, and pushed it away, did his job. And El Paso Locomotive need to utilize that momentum from such a great save from their goalkeeper.
Abraham Romero, first penalty save for him this season. Resulting corner over everyone's head. It'll go out for a Locomotive throw. Big opportunity, but the Englishman cannot make him pay to even the game in the 21st minute.
Big sigh of relief from Gabi Torres on that too.
Just an awkward landing. Everything looked like it came in slow motion on that play, didn't it?
Everything looked like we were at the swimming pool. Taking
Everybody's underwater.
A bit of a dive in that
I see.
Summer heat.
Well, it is warm.
And fair play. That's what you're supposed to do as an attacker. There's no angle there. Sporting JAX absolutely did their job to get the PK called.
Which they did. Good bounce here from Moreno. So it remains 1-0 Locomotive FC. Straight out to Torres. Gets his way wide by Neville, but cannot hang on to the ball. It'll go out for a goal kick.
Looks like that'll be a...
Nope, it was off of Neville. Son of Phil. Phil recently released from his coaching duties with Portland Timbers in Major League Soccer. Of course, I think a lot of people know Gary Neville these days for Stick to Football podcast. That is a fun watch.
It's unbelievable. It's almost as good as yours, Duke.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That'll be out soon. Had a great discussion with a couple of guys you know pretty well, Ulysses Torres, Guilherme Henry.
Can't wait to tune into that one. Great guys, great representation for the El Paso Locomotive Youth Club. Sure, it was very fun.
Good, solid discussion. We talked a lot about youth soccer, and of course that's what everybody's screaming about after the World Cup, isn't it?
As they should be, and what a fun World Cup it was. Not only to host, but all of the games.
Trying to lift one in from the right side. Ortiz working his way up the wing there. Retreats back to center back. Here is Alfaro. Torres. Gabi Torres has looked pretty bright tonight so far, hasn't he? The Brazilian.
I always rate Gabi Torres, and he does such a great job in all the roles and responsibilities that he gets.
Oh, Rubin, you could tell he was setting up that run. Gets the inside move on Ryan Edwards, but the pass not in the place he needed it. And Alfaro trying to test him over the top.
When you're playing against the back five, you have to have that type of ball to keep Sporting JAX, your opponent, honest as well. You can't play wide all of the time. attacking that vertical central space is imperative to opening up the space wide and getting the center backs to retreat so that you can play around or underneath them.
Well, Locomotive has a good pair of ball-playing center backs in Alfaro and Palermo Ortiz. Guys have been around the game for a while. And here's another switch. Big hit from Alfaro. Too tall.
And it is on full display tonight, and I love their acceptance of responsibility.
Spraying it around the pitch, aren't they?
They really are. Awesome job. We saw Neville do it for Sporting JAX as well. And both teams showcasing their ball striking ability, such an important attribute for all soccer players.
Let's do some crunching the numbers with Beasley, Mitchell and company. The number for tonight is 24. Alex Mendez leading the team with 24 goal-scoring chances created this season. Those Locos will be looking to pour a few more on without the services of Alex Mendez tonight. So far, so good. 1-0 Locomotive.
And that could potentially be part of the reason the center backs are the playmakers tonight as well without Mendez on the field.
Indeed, not a lot coming from the middle of the formation for Locomotive. Here's Alfaro again to Moreno. Wide to the left, couldn't hang on.
Yeah, you just wonder when Sporting JAX will make an adjustment to that, if they're going to start pressing the center backs. And clearly with one forward, they're not able to deny any type of service.
Over the top. Looking for Jeskalainen. It'll go out for a goal kick. And that gives us an opportunity to let you know that you can watch the USL on ESPN2 August 1st for a championship battle of powerhouse teams in the Eastern Conference. First place Tampa Bay Rowdies, aiming to keep the top spot with a win over the reigning Player Shield winners Louisville City. That is Saturday, August 1st, 6 p.m. Mountain on ESPN2. Rossiter. Sadlier had to chase that one down a bit. Lots of British Isles pedigree on the Sporting JAX team, as you might expect, with Liam Fox as your head coach and Mark Warburton as your president. Warburton's a guy who's done it all, and he's leading the effort. Here's Moreno. It's a great fight by Acque. His former teammate, Rubin, will clean it up. Torres, that is off target.
I just really applaud El Paso Locomotive and their accelerated build. When they get on the ball and create possession, they're doing a really good job. But where they could really benefit from enhancing their attack, when they're picking up the second ball, it seems a little rushed and hurried, and there's not a big reset within that. They've given the ball away a lot when they've been higher up the field. I'd love to see the transition ball one and the same type of possession that they're creating now higher up the field as well.
Cardona and Quesada. Ortiz will switch it. Torres does well to keep it in play, but it's Acque to Neville. It was a real pleasure to watch Gary Neville, Ian Wright, and of course Roy Keane, the inimitable Irishman, between their ITV coverage, which we don't get to see here, but we get to see plenty of stick to football. A thrill to watch those guys all through the World Cup.
They were great, giving me goosebumps talking about the good days as well. Anytime Roy Keane gets a shout out, I'm ready to put a tackle in as well. And their show has been just absolutely showcasing their personalities and fun, and made for great TV and podcasts and social media, you name it, and it's been a real influencer is what I would say.
Absolutely. Watch some of the episode with Tom Brady.
That was
the Bill Belichick mantra, do your job. Really thrilled Roy Keane. That's lifted in. to the far post and nodded back into the middle. Akwe is going to get ahead to it. It's a solid effort by Eskalainen that stays in play. Neville heads it down. And now we'll send it back to Jake McGuire. McGuire, the 31-year-old, in from North Carolina FC. Coming in after North Carolina FC suspended competition. Played his college soccer at Tulsa University.
Great program, and he's already made some awesome saves.
Here is Akwe. Raheem Summersall. Sporting JAX trying to work something here. Danny Wilson pops that one over the top. Getting on the end of that, Ahmad Alkak. And it is hydration break time as it goes out. Temperatures are warm. I tell you, the two phrases doing a lot of heavy lifting in El Paso today are breathable fabric and moisture wicking. It is warm today in the Sun City. Had a flash rainstorm that came up last night, so little moisture in the air, and it made things a little stickier than we're used to in El Paso, that's for sure.
Stickier, no doubt, and thankfully cooled us off a little bit this morning. And now the field has full shade, and we're in for a nice evening here and enjoy the hydration break.
This, of course, the Rachel Phillips Bowl. Former ABC 7 weekend sports anchor, playing her trade in Jacksonville, Florida these days. Shout out to Rachel if she's watching tonight. Our former touchline reporter here for Locomotive FC, and of course with ABC 7 in El Paso. Reminder, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings, the most widely available American soccer league there is, easily accessible. That is the United Soccer League at all levels, Championship, League One, Super League as well. Network television, ESPN, CBS Sports, Golazo, and TUDN. Well, to this point, if you're Sporting JAX, if you're Liam Fox, what do you want to see happen for your team?
You know what, you're asking a very interesting question, because you come to the park today and you want to see what type of identity that this brand new club has. And I think the big question for me is, if you're going to roll with five in the back, you really want to see that defensive identity being showcased, and is that what you're building off of? And El Paso Locomotive has found so much space underneath, inside, around the back five. So my question to throw back to Coach Fox is, is that the identity that you're building from? Is the identity you're building from in possession? And we've seen them be great in possession and great on set pieces, but with five in the back, I do expect a little bit more shutdown defending, and we just haven't seen that from Sporting JAX in the first 30 minutes, and that's supported by the corner kicks El Paso Locomotive have earned, the goal that they've earned, and the dangerous attacks that they've had.
Certainly looking the more dangerous of the two teams here tonight. JAX has had its opportunities, but of course the biggest one from the spot. Kieran Sadlier looking for his 9th goal, couldn't find it, saved away by Abraham Romero. Great penalty save, but probably not the best penalty kick. When you put it up midway, boy, you better get it there quick, or the goalie's possibly going to get a touch to that. Right at hand height when you're diving.
It's absolutely the area of the goal that you're trying to avoid, and medium firm. It's also tough to be on the penalty spot.
It's a nice entry. Alcock looking for something. Here's Romero. Quick outlet. Moreno cannot get on to it. Just heard from Rachel Phillips. She is indeed watching from Jacksonville. Shout out to Rachel. Or as we say, oh, it's so humid here in El Paso tonight. Rachel knows better, and so do the folks in Jacksonville, Florida.
You're absolutely right.
Humid, huh? They're in Duval. Well, Jacksonville is doing a lot right as an organization trying to get this aspect of it, the championship team, in gear. But it has been a tough road in their inaugural season of championship play. It's a good switch out to Tyshawn Rose. Rose, nice little spinorama. Wilson and Rose. Ahmad Alcock. Big switch here from the Englishman, rather the Scotsman. That'll be lifted out. Goal kick coming. Trying to find Neville. Yeah, don't ever call a Scotsman an Englishman. I've learned this. That's one of the things the World Cup has kind of taught us, hasn't it? The Tartan Army was
amazing.
Full value. When you're speaking of the beaches of Florida, when you're marching in a kilt with bagpipes down Miami Beach, you are living life right.
Oh yeah, you definitely have a screw loose. That's difficult. Check on we need a welfare check on the Tartan Army right now.
Well, I think they're fine.
They are fine.
I think they're just fine.
Make sure they're okay.
Right. The time to check was after their first round exit.
I don't even know if they remember that.
They probably don't. Not much. What a festival of soccer. And don't let anyone tell you the summer of soccer's over. We're right in the thick of it.
It's just getting started.
Continues apace tonight. 1-0 Locomotive. Goal for El Paso in the 15th minute from Amanda Moreno.
The contrast between the two clubs when in possession and the numbers that El Paso Locomotive is really pushing up is the big difference for me. And Sporting JAX in their last attack had 2, maybe 3 on the high line. And you'll see for El Paso Locomotive even right now, there's 4 players on the high line, all running at the goal.
Over the top, looking for Moreno. Wahab Akwe does well. Deflected on that pass, though.
Great ball.
Beautifully done, Rubin.
Goal.
The layoff.
Oh my
Gets
goodness,
that one,
what
and
a
it's
save.
saved off the line again. Jake Maguire. Rubio Rubin was there. Beautiful teamwork again for Locomotive. Rubin with a shot, but Maguire keeps him from the back of the net. Quesada, what a beautiful layoff.
Amazing save, and this is the reason you push so many numbers into the high line, is you want this type of mobility and create. I mean, the XG on that one, that's a full goal right there. Rubin's going to want to have that one back.
Rubin's efforts saved first by the crossbar and now by Maguire. On the corner, Reese will hook one in, far post. Knotted to the hands of awaiting Jake Maguire again. Moreno couldn't find that spot under the shelf.
Now, Jake Maguire's having a great game, and it could be more without him currently.
He's already made 3 incredible saves. Galvillo.
Not that you want to be up for save of the week when the scoreline is what it is, but he definitely has 3 potential considerations straight away. And you know what's difficult about that is the penalty kick save is going to be a consideration as well.
Just a little too tall for Moreno trying to run that one down. Reese, good thought. Couldn't quite get the distance. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select their every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Maguire. Big Californian putting that one back in. Moreno getting tied up with Akwe. That is a foul. Possibly popped up on a hand. So Akwe giving away the free kick. And here is Gabi Torres. The Brazilian hooks one to the far post. He's going to get all the way to the corner. It's a great job by Quesada. Works his way in on Tyshawn Rose. Well done by the Californian. Robert Coronado. Looked like he thought about that for about a split second. Calvillo will try one. It's blocked away, and Neville will roll it down, and then gets hung up by the corner flag. It'll be out for a Locomotive throw. That's unfortunate.
Destroyed the corner flag there.
Just awkward. It's not like the referee, you can't get him out of the way. It's just a flag. Coronado sprays it around to Torres. In at the far post, and it's just over the head of Reese.
Paso Locomotive have to be really proud of what they're doing in the attacking third. These last two run of plays, as I mentioned earlier, having a little bit more dangerous possession high up the field, especially if you lose it and regain the ball back. They really showed that they can do that in these last two possessions.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Little tangle, no whistle. Sadlier wants one. Here's Gabi Torres again. The Brazilian has been a terror. Pops that one over. Beautifully done, Moreno. Torres, half volley, trying to send that one in for Calvillo. Well played in the back.
There was some Brazilian passing over there. That was fantastic for them to solve that.
Little Lacey family Brazilian jiu-jitsu, eh?
Little dinky dinky.
Right. Little tangle there as Moreno gets wrapped up. Cardona, Quesada. Good forward-thinking effort by Rossiter. Up over the top. That is going to land at the feet of Reese. And he gets tripped up. That's going to be a foul. Tyshawn Rose, with a talking to and a yellow card for his efforts.
And Rose waiting for the offside call there. Play through the whistle. What's going on? There wasn't offside. There was no call for offside. And Romero's done a great job displaying his distribution ability with the ball in his hand or at his feet, and took advantage to play straight into the high line. El Paso Locomotive earned a free kick in a dangerous spot.
42nd minute yellow card. Tyshawn Rose goes into the book for the shirt pull. You saw that one clearly on the replay.
And for me, again, it goes back to defensive identity from Sporting JAX. And if you think it's offside and you're not sure, why not just head the ball out? And that's an easy thing for a professional defender to do. And then you can have a chat with the AR and see what he really thinks, instead of letting the play go on and having to foul and picking up a yellow card. Just turning off in those moments, not great.
Coronado, they'll play it in short. That's off the training pitch, but Calvillo trying to find Reese, could not quite make the connection. Notably for Locomotive tonight, new forward Zion Jones is in the fold on the bench, and you may see him at some point this evening. Not fully game fit, but we're hearing that's a guy who can really fly up the pitch.
Dynamic, fast, great to enter late in the game when the opponent may be tired. We'll see if that is on display tonight.
Up the middle, a bit dangerous, and Tyshawn Rose takes it away in midair. Beautiful ball, hooked away. Good effort at the back by Cardona.
Great tackle.
Had to get it right, and he did. Got that one deflected as well. It'll be a goal kick coming. We're hearing 4 minutes of Mac.Bid stoppage time here at the end of our first half. Driving ball out of the back from Ortiz. Jumping up, Quesada does well to settle, but taken away. Tyshawn Rose again. Sadlier. Back to Wilson. Trying to loop one in. Nicely done on the effort from the back, but Sadlier couldn't knot it into anybody's path. And here is Torres. They look for him out on that left side, don't they, quickly.
He's a great outlet. Very good in that middle third to make sure the ball is progressed into the attacking third. And he's somebody you want to give the ball to in all phases of the game. Very trustworthy.
Cardona electing to go up into the middle, trying to find Rubin. Calvillo does well to keep. Over the top, Alfaro. Neville's there. Akwe. It's a good effort by Sadlier. But back to Locomotive it'll go. Here's Calvillo. Summersall does well with that. Danger not done though. Locomotive weaving their way back and forth. Right wing, left wing. Palermo Ortiz flashed briefly into the midfield there. Here is Torres, give and go. That's going to find Coronado. Comes right back to him. It's a yo-yo. Rubin just on that half turn. Had to settle with something. Had to put a foot on it. If he'd been able to take it first time, that might have really troubled Jake Maguire. Easy enough in the end.
Attacking player hunting the ball and wanting to get on it and wanting to score. And I think El Paso Locomotive really missed an easy final pass into Gabi Torres.
Here's Sadlier, knocked across, and Romero will stop that one.
Great transition moment for Sporting JAX. Little Trivella across the face of the goal. Probably could have done better to make Romero make a more difficult save in that moment, potentially not keep the ball.
Good work out to Ahmad Alkak out on that right-hand side. Rubin trying to get there. Hustled it out, but there's a whistle, and I guess it's offside on Rubin. So into the second of 3 added, or 4 added here in MacDot-Bid stoppage time. Good bounce here into the middle. Sadlier will have a go. That's the difference. Nobody ahead of him to send it to. He has to take the shot, and it's nowhere near on target.
Totally agree. There was no other option except for him to take on 2 in the 47th minute of the game, or to have a shot from distance to create his own opportunity. And I don't blame him.
Nobody in front. Why not? Might have troubled Romero if it had gone anywhere close to the net, but well off target. With the south wind at their backs. Cardona gets a boot to it. Moreno, the knockdown. No way forward for Gabi Torres, so it's back to Alfaro. Cardona will try one over the top. Good bounce for Quesada. Quesada, what a move. Quesada, the outside of the foot, knocked away again. Maguire. Danger not done. Moreno crossed the face of goal. Akwe will knock it out. Not out of play though. Bounces again, Moreno. And a foul on Locomotive. Maybe a bounce and a handball. Let's see. What a move, Alvaro Quesada. Speaking of Trivella, outside of the right boot, beautifully done.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to miss that one, you don't want to miss it at the goalkeeper. You want to go an aim wider of the post to have that tuck in inside the post, and I applaud Ruiz to really create all of that space for Quesada. Drew the wing back out, and there was a massive lane. And again, for me, you know, in this block of 5, what's really the identity of that defense? And I think I'm going into halftime, if I'm Liam Fox, thinking about going into a 4-4-2 for the reasons of Gabi Torres being on the ball a ton, center backs really playmaking the entire game, and what the back 5 hasn't done.
It hasn't worked so far. 1-0 Sporting Jacksonville trailing Locomotive FC here in downtown El Paso at the half. El Paso 1, Jacksonville 0. We'll take a break and be back with our halftime show as we continue here from El Paso, Texas.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Ready to build a rewarding trucking career? Join Arrivas Enterprises. Our experienced support team is here to guide you every mile of the way. Apply in person or online. Enjoy competitive pay, full benefits, flexible schedules, and consistent high-quality miles you can count on. Drive with a company that values professionalism, respect, and a strong community of drivers. Drive for the best. Drive for Arrivas.
I'm Rob Lovett.
And I'm Russell Murray.
You're a trusted local law firm serving the city of Las Cruces for over 20 years. The insurance companies do not have your best interest in mind when offering a settlement.
Before dealing with your insurance company, you need to know your rights and your options. Lovett & Murray Law Firm is proud to represent and help the people of this community.
Call the Lovett & Murray Law Firm today.
Hello, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and I would like to introduce you to the new FDA-approved Intracept procedure, which is 90 to 95% successful in treating low back pain. This revolutionary procedure is minimally invasive with a very short recovery time that will help you regain functionality and get you back to the normal activities that bring joy to your life. If you or someone you know is suffering from chronic pain, give us a call to discuss your options.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso. 1-0 at the break. Locomotive FC over Sporting JAX on a warm summer's evening. But everybody in full shade now as the sun has set in the Sun City. Duke Keith, Gibbs Keaton with you as we take a look around the league at other scores from action happening here in and around the USL Championship. A final is in Brooklyn. 1-0 San Antonio. Big win. Birmingham Legion postponing their match with New Mexico United. Tampa Bay Rowdies, a big win on the road, 3-2 over Miami. 1-0 Las Vegas Lights, the final over Detroit City in Detroit today. Big win for the Lights in the West. Loudoun FC 1-0 over Indy 11 on the road. And the road team's doing very well throughout the day. How about Rhode Island 1-0 over Pittsburgh? The defending champions have taken a couple on the chin, courtesy of tonight's opponent for Locomotive, Jacksonville, a week and a half ago, and at home versus Rhode Island this evening. So we take a look at news and notes around the USL Championship. Lots of happenings in this summer of soccer. The standings, actually, here in the Western Conference, Orange County with the lead, but this is what you keep an eye on. Locomotive in 10th place coming into this evening with 19 points. But if you get the full 3, where does that put you? That puts you tied for 5th with FC Tulsa. So all Locomotive needs to do is get those 3 points. They saw it first half stoppage time. That was one of our keys to the match, courtesy of Gibbs Keaton. Can they do the same as this game progresses and make the most of their opportunities for Locomotive? So out on the outside looking in, but there's a lot of action to play, a lot of game, a lot of runway for Locomotive. They just need to start making that move now. Now, let's send it to Dan Lucas for the USL Halftime Show.
you ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right?
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
¡Espectacular! ¡Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino! ¡Hay set de revancha, doctor! ¡Pero falta gol! ¡Estamos a esperar a un gol! ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? ¡Llegamos por fin! ¡Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor! Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte!
A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso.
¡Listo, vámonos!
This is your moment.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to a new modality to treat joint pain, either shoulder, knee, or any other type of joint pain, called PNS, short for peripheral nerve stimulation, which is highly successful. So if you or anyone you know suffers from these type of ailments, please call us at 915-857-4130.
Working it around, that's Quesada. That's seeing eye ball, maybe a little further out than 22 yards as well. But there it is, off the bar. Rubin bounces straight to Moreno, who stabs it home. Locomotive, they weren't done. Not in the 15th minute, Amanda Moreno, but then a big save, Abraham Romero. We talk a lot about Jake Maguire. Romero guessed exactly right on Kieran Sadlier and the Englishman. Right off the glove, Locomotive. Again to Moreno. And again the stop by Maguire. One more big opportunity, and Gibbs. Locomotive has just been everywhere. It's been a dominant statistical performance, as well as what we've seen on the scoreboard so far.
And I think what they'll be most proud of is the team effort on the goal and even the penalty kick save. That's the whole team effort too. You can talk about the goalkeeper making the save and standing up for the moment. And what a great first half all around for soccer. It was a good first half, and we'll see what adjustments Sporting JAX makes for the second half.
Huge save from Abraham Romero and a big goal from Amanda Moreno has Locomotive in front 1-0 at halftime. We'll take a break and be back with the second half as the sun sets in the Sun City. 1-0 to the home team. Back after this.
Ready to build a rewarding trucking career? Join Arrivas Enterprises. Our experienced support team is here to guide you every mile of the way. Apply in person or online. Enjoy competitive pay, full benefits, flexible schedules, and consistent high-quality miles you can count on. Drive with a company that values professionalism, respect, and a strong community of drivers. Drive for the best. Drive for Arrivas.
Mesa Trophies and Plaques is the place to go when you want to congratulate, recognize, or honor that special someone. Whether it's sports, office professionals, teachers, police, first responders, anyone who deserves a trophy, plaque, or special creation, Mesa Trophies and Plaques can get the job done. Mesa Trophies and Plaques, honoring and serving El Paso and the borderlands since 1978. Call 532-6466 or stop by 1515 Wyoming.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Omar Viesca. I am with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to radiofrequency ablation, a procedure that can help with your neck, mid-back, lower back, and joint pain, including shoulder, knee, and hip. If you're experiencing any of these ailments, please come see us at Border Pain Institute. Our number, 915-857-4130.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Vado Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VadoSpeedwayPark.com. That's VadoSpeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso. A look out north this time. And on a warm evening, Locomotive with the 1-0 lead over Sporting Jacksonville. Duke Keith, along with Gibbs Keaton with you, was Locomotive getting ready to start things off with possession. A substitution for Liam Fox, taking off Tyshawn Rose, who is on a yellow card. Replacing him will be Rafferty Petter, Englishman from Tacoma Defiance. Beautiful look at the renovated Plaza Hotel in downtown El Paso. So much to see and do in downtown El Paso these days, which I guess was kind of the point, wasn't it? Getting a lot of this stuff going back in the day.
And originally when they talked about putting the stadium here, I had no idea on the impact it would make. And downtown's accessible, it's fun, it's loaded with great food, all sorts of environments that you want, from museums to any kind of trouble you want to get into as well. And I love downtown El Paso. It's a beautiful place, and it's beautiful tonight.
Any kind of trouble you want to get into. Okay, I'm not going to ask, buddy.
It's not for me to partake in,
right?
For others.
Okay, for others. You do have a bunch of college-age young ladies.
They can come down here for dinner.
They can come for dinner.
Lots
so
of nice
says
dinner
Coach.
spots.
Right. They may hold you to that, Coach. My broadcast partner, of course, the head coach of the UTEP soccer team. Underway, it goes out for a goal kick. So Sporting Jacksonville with work to do. Locomotive, though, has not been able to capitalize on all 7 of those shots on goal. That's had a lot to do with Jake McGuire, and then the crossbars saved a couple as well.
Awesome first half for him between the posts.
Abraham Romero. Let us not forget the Mexico City native. Certainly lots of experience arriving via Columbus Crew in Major League Soccer.
You know, I'm surprised no tactical changes even with the substitute for Sporting JAX. And we'll see how they proceed. And they did create enough to score, as we saw on a few set pieces, including a penalty kick.
Locomotive staying true to that 3-man back line. You see the wing shift in to it, at least here in the early going. That's a good keep up top. Moreno. Man down is Calvillo for Locomotive. Into the box. Wahabakwe heads away. Out for a Locomotive throw. Alfaro. Torres does well to retrieve it. Into the middle, Calvillo. Cardona. In on the attack. They wanted that ball sooner. Flag goes up. It's offside. Quesada wanted that pass a little quicker and might have resulted in the flag going up, as there you see the replay. Raheem Summersall colliding with the Locomotive team captain, Eric Calvillo.
He did want it quicker in both runs. He was available and more than capable of getting him the ball earlier as well.
Well taken by Ruiz. Wahabakwe on his old teammate Amanda Moreno. Torres gets a leg in.
Handball.
They want a handball. No handball is given. That'll bounce kindly For Sporting Jacksonville, Alfaro trying to clear and the flag goes up. Harvey Neville ahead of that back line. The Mancunian, 24 years old. In from Phoenix Rising FC. 3 players from Rising, a part of the Sporting Jacksonville lineup. But 2 of them are out tonight, Mohamed Traore and Edgardo Rito. Restart to Cardona, the man from San Juan, Puerto Rico. In from the Miami FC. I think they like it when you use the to start.
Is that a thing? No?
From what I hear.
They deserve it, for sure.
Sure. If I was in Miami, I'd probably want to call myself the something too. The Duke.
I think that would be awesome for you. I think I could see you in Miami with your exceptional R rolling and the Duke.
We could
Good
do
spot
that
for you. Probably have to keep that loud jersey you had on and take that with you too, right. And get some more pink attire.
My Patrick Gabaldon special.
I loved it.
Did that for the Locomotive podcast and for Up to Speed tonight. My broadcast partner enjoyed that greatly. Shout out to Patrick Gabaldon, who is, I think, made one of the iconic fan jerseys for this Locomotive team over the years. It still stands up. It's 3 or 4 years old now. Big switch out of the back. Moreno not going to be able to leg it out. That's a great thought. Into the corner. It should be a throw-in. Deep throw.
Great ball.
Excellent thought. I believe that was Ortiz who sent it long, but it rolled away.
Well, and I think the question is, does he have any more of those jerseys?
I'm not the person to ask. I don't know. Those are good jerseys, though, aren't they? Just a beautiful, beautiful collection. Here's Coronado trying his luck. That's deflected away. Good bounce here for Miami, or for Jacksonville. Good lift into the far post, just nobody trailing. Skalainen.
And I think we've
trying
seen
to get on it. Didn't work.
El Paso Locomotive just be a little casual in their defending too, and Sporting Jax was on the break, and El Paso Locomotive did get numbers behind the ball. But this team has showed great service, and when they get in the attack, they do a good job.
Well, sadly, your head runners, there was more than one white and baby blue jersey in pursuit of that ball, but just wasn't able to connect with anybody. Jeskalainen making his way up the middle. His Locomotive having to play out, which they do. Rafferty Petter, second half substitute in pursuit as well. Just couldn't make that connection. Here's Ryan Edwards. Well, say what you will about the yellow cards coming in the 6th minute for both Edwards and Tony Alfaro. Those two have not tangled again. The referee, knowing that he needed to keep an eye on those two, set the tone early. Too early, who's to say, but we haven't seen anything else from them.
They want to stay in the game. Both players, and they're doing a
absolutely.
Good job.
Great ball out of the back. Speaking of Alfaro, great thought. Just again, Locomotive a little too long in those passes.
I think every ball they've played so far is worth the risk from the center back, and I just don't know why Sporting Jax aren't denying that service over distance. And it takes time to play a ball over distance like that, and they have no pressure when they're playing it.
Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC Channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Mike Watts and Devin Kerr bring you all the news from around the league, plus live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Ricky Reis shaking off the effects of a collision. A little shove from the back. 24th minute. As you can see, Locomotive bench up and working. Good to see Beto Avila out there. That's, you talk about some of the players who can hit it from distance. He certainly is one. Over the top. Far post knocked into the middle. Speaking of a distance shot, there's Moreno with a try. It goes well wide. I'll follow the knockdown. Moreno not on frame. Out for a Locomotive throw. Ortiz. Cardona. The Puerto Rican national team called up for a couple of matches. It was a native of San Juan. It's a good shift by Torres, earns the throw off of Neville. Good bump away. That's excellent work by Summersall. They just can't hang on to it. Ortiz will knock it out for a Jacksonville throw.
A little bit more pressure in the second half from Sporting JAX.
Trying to pick things up a bit here in El Paso. May have needed to wait for sunset here in the desert.
Yeah, that could be part of it. Altitude,
heat. And heat, yes. We'll see if there's a second half hydration break. That is up to the coaches along with the officials. I think they give the coaches the option. Of course, here in the USL, these are actual hydration breaks. Might have seen a lot of people using air quotes when they talked about it at the World Cup, FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, it's warranted in the first half for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Temperatures in the upper 90s here today. Hit 102 yesterday. There are some clouds in the area, but I don't see any lightning off in the distance. That one's deflected. Touched wide. It's a good touch by Torres. Played on the bounce, and that will be Summersall with a little grab and a word from our referee.
I think that's got to be a yellow card. Oh, there it is.
And there it is, into the book. Cristian Campo Hernandez has been consistent with the pulls. And Summersall goes into the book in the 57th minute. In from FC Tulsa, the man from Basseterre, St. Kitts. He's been a solid presence, I think, in the middle of the pitch for Jacksonville.
Well, I think in the second half, he's really stepped up his pressure and showed some frustration when others around him didn't follow suit. And it can be frustrating when Gabi Torres wiggles away from you, and we saw that on display with the move and the grab. It's part of the game, and if everybody gets on the same page as him, this game could change.
So you like the attitude, but obviously the shirt pull or the pull is going to be carded.
Down 1-0, I like the shirt pull too if we can motivate and inspire those around us.
Ortiz will knock it off to the left. Again, just over the head of Moreno. Yeah. Locomotive trying to find the range, they just haven't found it yet.
Gave him some grace earlier, but those are passes that need to be completed.
Armando Moreno all by his lonesome if they are able to make that connection.
Agreeing.
It is a dangerous, dangerous circumstance for Sporting Jacksonville. It's good work in the middle. Jeskalainen cannot hang on to it. Over the top. Beautifully done. Into Rubin. Moreno heads it to the corner. Knocked wide. Not cleared. That's Ricky Ruiz. Finally pushed out. It will be corner kick.
Absolutely perfect final pass in that sequence of play there. Should have done more with it, but creating the chaos and trying to get the ball on frame amongst pressure, it's a difficult task to do, and El Paso Locomotive did what they could.
We'll have a look at the replay. Just a good job by Alcock to shield Ruiz away from the ball. But corner kick is the call. 7th of the night coming up for Locomotive, and it is Ruiz. In swinging ball to the far posts, right into the waiting clutches of Jake Maguire. A lot of North Carolina FC players were left high and dry when the organization decided to fold up for the season. Our understanding, I think, is that they look to be back at some point, but certainly didn't help the circumstance of any of the players affected. Jake Maguire finding a good landing spot with Sporting Jacksonville, and they're certainly happy to have him. Here's Moreno. Quesada, that was a good thought trying to get it to Rubin. They want to get Rubin onto this ball and into the back of the net. Coronado. Ruiz hooks one in. Acque clears the danger. That's a little awkward. Cardona does well with it, but it's stolen away. Sadlier. Ortiz double teaming, out it'll go. Corner kick coming. Good effort by Sadlier, but a little let down by the Locomotive defense to let that roll over the byline.
Yeah, and I think a good tactic here is for Sporting Jacks to make that veteran center back core really turn and run at their own goal. And it's the first time we've really seen Palermo or Alfaro turn their hips and run at goal.
Avila will be coming in to replace Ricky Ruiz. It's a good one, a run for Ruiz, who was a lot more forward tonight than he has been in other matches. But Beto Avila adding another scoring threat for Locomotive. That's a guy who can shoot it from just about anywhere. On the far post, knocked down. Escalainen trying to get on that. Locomotive keeping pushing. What a beautiful settle. Great trap by Torres, who's off to the races, but Moreno lets it run out for a Jacksonville throw. My goodness.
Gabi Torres, great job, and Moreno just lost where the line was in that infield there and let the ball run all the way out of bounds. And just with Ruiz leaving the game, I think the strategy to play him up high really worked to their benefit, and he created so many passing lanes, and though he wasn't always on the ball, he created so much by his movement, and I think it's a job well done tonight.
Petter, decent effort on the cross, all for naught. Sporting Jacks will have the throw, and here is Neville. He does look like a Neville, doesn't he?
He does. I'm glad you said it. Yes, he does.
Harvey Neville, long throw. A little word of warning from our referee tonight, Cristian Campo Hernandez. Words again for Ryan Edwards, the big Liverpudlian, saying, "Who, me?" Cat 6'4". I mean,
tough to handle. With these long throws, it's just another set piece. Paso Locomotive have to lock in. It's not usually the first player it goes to that's the recipient of a dangerous ball.
Acque keeps it moving positively for Sporting Jacks.
Lots of space in the middle. Found the player.
It's a good clearance by Coronado as Alcock was setting up.
Avila's open.
That's the right ball from Ruiz. Torres having to make some room for himself. Sounds like Eighth Notch is starting the, I don't know. Oh, it's the choo-choo.
I like it.
Norway has the row, the roo. This is the chew. C-H-O-O. Eighth Notch. Finding ways to be effective. Standing in section 105, it's 100 degrees outside. Those dudes never sit down.
I think that's...
And ladies.
That's got to be on every game sheet from now on for them.
Scuffed by Quesada trying to center it. Well done to our friends in Section 105.
Just again, Sporting JAX playing the high line, 1 against 2 up there. El Paso Locomotive so comfortable, and then give the ball away.
They'll get it back, and here is Sadlier. Kieran Sadlier with a box entry. Good cross, but it's over the bar. Beautiful opportunity. Petter has it on a platter. But sliding in over the top it goes, and substitution time for Sporting JAX. Goodness gracious, what a chance.
If you're Sporting JAX, you cannot miss that. That just gets you back in this game. Again, I will say El Paso Locomotive just a little too comfortable in defending and took the first direct ball down well and immediately gave it away, and you have to do more with that ball. You shouldn't allow the opponent to have a second opportunity there, and that second opportunity should have been in the back of the net.
Wahab Akway's night is done. Coming in to replace him will be Ventura Alvarado, Phoenix native. Coming in from CD Irapuato, 33 years of age.
Well, it looks like with that adjustment, it could be a shape change. They're in a 4-4-2 right now. Well, that's what I thought might be effective at the halftime break. Let's see if they stay in it.
Great job by Robin to trap that one as he fell to the pitch. Moreno, Quesada. Coronado. Good flash out. Coronado has to go back out. Switch to Torres. Locomotive throw. El Paso's had a couple of opportunities, but nothing like what they produced in the first half so far.
Yeah, those missed passes really hurt them in their attacking creation. Struggling with throw-ins tonight.
Christian Campo Hernandez. Making sure everybody's on the same page. Trying to keep things from getting excessively physical. Locomotive, by virtue of that 15th minute goal, hanging on to the lead. But it is only 1-0. All the chances. But some great work from Jake McGuire in goal. A little help from the crossbar a time or two, and it remains a 1-0 game. Locomotive wanting the foul, they won't get it. Jaskalainen over the back. Locomotive player down behind the play is Moreno. It appears. Yeah. And he's holding and favoring that shoulder, and that's not a great sign. Separated shoulder kept him out for the better part of a month last time out, but just temporary. He pointed out West Texas tough, even though he is from Perth Amboy, New Jersey. We'll give that to him. Yeah, Jersey tough.
I think he embodies it here, and he'll probably say Jersey tough is where that all came from, and he's just putting it on display for all of our fans for sure. And stature and size going up against the center backs, it doesn't matter to him. He'll take on anybody, and I love that mentality.
There is fearlessness for Armando Moreno. Torres is going to get something on that. It's going to be a Locomotive throw. He got that one to bounce off of Raheem Somersault. Great work from the Brazilian. We are hearing that we will see Zion Jones here very shortly. Looks like he's going to come in for Moreno. Neville showing some pace, but well covered by the veteran Ortiz. Romero going long. It's a good bounce. Avila. Little give and go, trying to sort it out. Rubin, Avila, Beto Avila. It's in the back of the net, but the flag is up. The flag is up. It's dark over there, and I don't think anybody sees the assistant referee in the far corner. Now they do. It took about 10 seconds.
Romero and his distribution to play quick, to play long, great decision making, started that attack. Insane final pass, it goes in the back of the net, but just offside, and Sporting JAX in possession of the ball high up the field again.
Sadlier, they started the smoke pots. Sadlier playing into the smoke. Out for a Sporting JAX throw.
That was absolutely awesome, offside or not.
Beautifully done, and it was close. Hooked in. Oh, nicely done, but they cannot get it on frame. Jaskalainen, the flying kick on the half volley.
And asking for a handball there, but the hand's in a natural position. The referee's right there on top of it. Great decision. Don't need to impact the game in that manner. Sporting JAX and El Paso Locomotive showing a bit of life here. Going to shape up for an interesting last piece of this game. Set pieces.
Petter will throw that one in at near post. Coronado has the touch. They wanted to get it straight to Sadlier. Petter's going to win it back, and it's going to be another corner kick. Good cover by Cardona. The Locomotive player down on the pitch.
Coronado with too many touches there, just nowhere to go. Gives up another opportunity for Sporting JAX. Just go ahead and clear that ball out, live to see another day. Get your defense organized instead of defending another set piece.
Which will happen now.
Got to do a better job here too. There was an open header on the last one. Near post open as well. It's time to mark up. It's time to be loud. If you're Romero here, distribution doesn't matter. You have to have a voice, have to get the boys motivated to defend the goal in front of you. Looks a little quiet for me.
Knocked out again by Locomotive. Again, Petter from that far corner. This is Ventura Alvarado.
Not much going
Urge
on
to give
there.
Romero some space. Final warning, they'll play this one short. Back to Petter, hooks one in, far post, too far.
I'm not a fan of what the referee did there. First of all, there wasn't much going on in the box to stop the passage of play. Then you blow the whistle while nobody's ready. Sporting JAX able to play short.
Further discussions. Cristian Campo Hernandez, our referee, and here we have our substitution. Amanda Moreno's night is done, and to replace him, the man we hear is quite the speed merchant, Zion Jones, signed this week.
And potentially with passing range, maybe a little less significant if Zion Jones here can get on the ball with his speed.
Zion Jones onto the pitch. Last team was KFC Komarno in Slovakia. FK or FC Kosice for 2 years before that. Spending the last couple of seasons in Europe. That's a good bounce for Sadlier. The good cross, trying to settle, great defense, and Romero covers that. Rafferty Petter was right there. And Alfaro is down. Strike it. Is that Cardona? No, he's up. Well, that's Gabi Torres. Did well to get right in front of Rafferty Petter. Almost disaster at the back, but the Brazilian is down. And Locomotive's training crew, head trainer Cody Simmons, Saraya Costa, the assistant trainer.
Leads into the hydration break, and I just think if I'm Junior Gonzalez, I'm really asking my center backs to have more awareness and play with pride. Understandably, the score is 1-0, but you have to play like it's 0-0, and you have to play with full-time spatial awareness, which means we're sprinting. We're really identifying the dangerous space to get there first, and Gabi Torres was the one in full sprint, and he had to come from the furthest spot to be able to do that.
It's a beautiful ball into Rafferty Petter, the second half substitute. That first touch pops up on him a little bit, but that allowed Gabi Torres to get in front. The collision sends him to the turf, and Romero corrals from there. Excellent work in the replay.
And Sporting JAX go into the 2 forward front, and it's showing that it's really making El Paso Locomotive vulnerable, and it's a great decision, and El Paso Locomotive have to adjust to that. And with 2 forwards and 3 center backs, you should still be able to handle that with a cover player full time. But your center backs were everywhere in that passage of play. I don't know who was center back, left center back, right center back. They were all over the place.
Tony Alfaro, age 31. Boran Ortiz, age 32. Does that play into it, the latter stages of a match, you think?
I think the latter stages of the match definitely have something that go into it, but you see these guys are top professionals, and you see at the highest level the players that don't have speed, but they're utilizing their awareness to make sure that these spaces are not being exploited. You know, we'll give a Man United reference here. Harry Maguire is not the fastest player, but he's in the right space all the time. And you have to have that, and you have to be organizing. And just haven't seen a big voice on set pieces or organizational command that I would expect from those veteran players in the back line.
Stoppage for the injury, and bringing the training staff on means that Gabi Torres has to come off and allowed right back on. Good to see the Brazilian none the worse for wear, as Romero will loft that one up the right. Zion Jones, speed or not, wouldn't be able to run that one down. Chested down nicely, and again in behind. Here's Sadlier. Well covered by Cardona this time. It's good work by Cardona.
Organized, great structure, knows where the ball is going to go, had the early step. That's what every center back needs to be doing for the next remainder of the game, whatever it is.
Sadlier on that left-hand side gets that one deflected. Locomotive trying to get it up and clear the danger. Zion Jones first touches.
Karate kick.
Doing a little Elvis Presley. Here's Beto Avila. Avila. And that sets Torres up for a very dangerous challenge by Neville.
Great tackle. And if I'm Gabi Torres, I'm looking at Avila there.
Exactly.
Play that into the space.
Yep, solid effort. Out on the defensive wing, that's the family business, isn't it?
It is.
For the Nevilles.
Everybody's proud of that tackle.
Over the top, trying to find Jones. It'll be hooked out. Throw incoming for Locomotive. Zion Jones again coming in. We are to understand that he is not nearly game fit. Been out for a little while, so it'll take him a bit to get up to speed, but speed is the word.
Yeah, and a testament to his talent and ability that he's earning these minutes now so he can get some game fitness as well.
Back from Calvillo, Romero. Stop the spot kick from Kieran Sadlier for Sporting JAX. Looking for his second clean sheet of the season. Sporting JAX, as we pointed out, the only team in the USL Championship not to have a single clean sheet this season, and that, unfortunately for them, will continue. Cardona. It's well played. Jones trying to run it down.
Worth the effort. The only difference now is when El Paso Locomotive gives that ball away, Sporting JAX has more players on the high line due to their formation change, and you just can't be giving the ball back to Sporting JAX so easily. I'd like to see them control the game with possession again.
Alcock, that bounces off Coronado, and here's Calvillo. That's a foul. Coronado whistled for the contact. drumbeat continues.
And it needs to. We need to have some fan uplifting by big tackles from El Paso Locomotive. Good opportunities on goal. Whatever it is, great job by 8th Notch to continue to motivate and encourage players on the field tonight.
Over the top. Better try to get on that. Well done by Ortiz. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. We have said many times before, the most widely available league in the United States. So easy to watch USL soccer everywhere. Here's Neville as they set up for one of those long throws.
It's dangerous. Center backs moving into the box, looking to create chaos.
Headed out by Alfaro. Alcock back. All the way to Jake McGuire. Good work by the man from Hackensack, New Jersey. Alcock off to the left-hand side. Sadlier, another Trivella. It's been the order of business today, trying to find the big man, Ryan Edwards, at the far post. Gabi Torres is taking some abuse tonight.
What a player. And I think, you know, tale of two halves here. Sporting JAX looking like a different motivated team in the second half, and El Paso Locomotive not exactly looking the same as they did in the first half. That's always the difficulty that you have as a team and coach and program. And
to the far post, nodded back in by Wilson.
Sporting JAX winning all the statistical categories in the second half, including corner kicks, possession, and knocking on the door too.
Locomotive have had their opportunities. They have not been able to get that second goal, and you're right, Sporting JAX with the formation change looks to have thrown something at Locomotive they are not quite ready for. Midway through the 81st minute.
Here we go again. I agree with the referee. But El Paso Locomotive just slowing it down, and all the way from the beginning of the second half. Be confident in your team and what you did in the first half. Get on the ball, dictate the flow of the game with the ball. And we are in a period of the game where slowing the game down is good, but they've been doing it all half.
Rubin looking for the contact. Well, he got the contact, he didn't get the foul. Into the 82nd minute. A good bounce again. Well run down Cardona with those.
Cardona really
those legs churning.
Up. Yes, really stepping up now. There's no way. I think Rubin needs to get more involved here, whether it's
coming back for some balls and
energy, effort, battling. Just need that vocalization and encouragement on the field, and if not, this is what you get, turnovers deep in your own half.
Coronado dispossessed by the man of the ball. Alcock again can't hang on to that. Locomotive. Zion Jones combining nicely with Coronado. Nice little spin back for the Georgia native.
Little Maradona there.
Jones dispossessed again, though. Well, Locomotive dispossessed by Sporting JAX. Good work by Danny Wilson. Played wide, Summersall looking for Wilson, did not find the range there. Sporting JAX trying to build something that's not going to help. Trailing 1-0. Coming to the end of the 83rd minute here in El Paso.
Yeah, time, space, kicking the ball out of bounds, not exactly what you want to do when you're down a goal.
Zion Jones trying to make it work. Hand on his back, no whistle. Locomotive continues right up the middle. Rubin dances his way for the score. Rubio Rubin. Welcome back.
Rubio Rubin with a call to action, and he's involved in the turnover, immediately leaves the ball for the 10, goes in behind, dribbles the goalkeeper. That's what you want from your attacking player, and that's exactly who we wanted to get involved right there.
Beautiful thought right up the middle. Calvillo, what a pass.
Great scissor. Happened at Mach 1 speed. Awesome job to split the center backs.
Showing the moves.
And I think that's what we expect from Rubio Rubin, and that's why you call on that player to have an impact on the game, and he did his job, and he's earned the goal that he's desperately wanted, and that's who we know him as.
His 9th goal of the season to pace the team, showing the love.
And I want to say too, it's very common for the 9 to be substituted for exactly the reasons that I just asked for. You want that spark, you want that burst, and I applaud Junior Gonzalez to leave him on, to count on him, to want him to be the difference maker in this game, and I think that puts the nail in the coffin for Sporting JAX, who was playing exceptional in the second half.
And that is his curtain call. Rubio Rubin will be replaced by Diego Abitia. Kenneth Hoban coming onto the pitch as well. Robert Coronado's night is done. Daniel Gomez on to replace him. Kenneth Hoban, native El Pasoan, teenager.
Excited to see Kenny take the field, and it's great to have Abitia on the field as well. We know he's very similar in his style of play to Rubin, and Kenny Hoban gets a tackle straight away. That'll feel good and help confidence and play you into the game.
It's a foul on Sporting JAX. 8th notch is juiced. 2-0 Locomotive. Rubio Rubin.
So excited for Rubio Rubin. What a great goal. And when called upon, put it away. You forget all the ones that you missed, and now it's game on.
Well, both teams had a couple of players looking for that 9th goal. Kieran Sadlier had the opportunity from the spot, could not convert. Great save by Abraham Romero. Couple of opportunities off the crossbar for Rubio Rubin, but he gets his. It's blocked away by Somersault. Sporting JAX. Last week was a good week for the visitors here in El Paso tonight. Their first win of the season and over the defending USL champions Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you can't look at the standings. And El Paso Locomotive have really had to fight and really earned both of their goals tonight. And I applaud their ability to dictate the game while scoring.
Gabi Torres still running down the wing to Avila. Alfaro. Locomotive making the ball do the work for them. Ortiz. Zion Jones. Oh, that's a shirt pull and a half. Sporting JAX showing those frustrations a bit. Danny Wilson with a pull down. That's another foul. Harvey Neville's going to get a talking to. And goes into the book here in the 88th minute. Been a frustrating evening for the visitors. They were in the ascendance through much of the second half, but Locomotive able to put things not quite out of reach, but certainly further away.
Yeah, and this is common for teams that are frustrated to start fouling at the end of the game, and El Paso Locomotive still has the challenge of getting through stoppage time in the second half and ensuring that they get out of here with a clean sheet. And I think if they can do it for the next 7 minutes or whatever's remaining here, it's exactly what they came to do today.
Torres on the restart to Calvillo. Ortiz will have a go. That has to be pushed wide. Why not?
Full stretch.
The big Mexican center back challenges Jake Maguire, who's up to the task, but still smiles all around for the man from Monterrey.
I mean, if you've been pinging the ball like that all night, you deserve your chance to shoot. I think he took it at the appropriate time and put it in a place where it's difficult to save and earned his team a corner kick.
Palermo earns Locomotive another corner. 8th of the night. It'll be Zion Jones to take it. Into the corner they go. Played short with Eric Calvillo. Calvillo lofting it into space. Sporting JAX able to turn. Referee wants the throw in to come a little further back. Into the 90th minute here in El Paso. We're hearing 4 minutes of MAC.bid stoppage time. We're in downtown El Paso. Locomotive with a goal in the 15th minute from Amando Moreno and a goal in the 83rd from Rubio Rubin. That's going to be a booking for El Paso and Palermo Ortiz. And a free kick coming from a pretty dangerous spot as Jeskalainen draws the contact. Abraham Romero sets his wall. We are into 4 minutes of MAC.bid stoppage time. And this is key for Locomotive. 3 straight matches. They have allowed a goal in stoppage time. They've got the 2-goal cushion right now. But a big opportunity. 27-28 yards off the byline.
It is, and he looks like he's lining it up to shoot, and Romero doesn't like where his wall's at. Trying to organize them, and here we go.
Jeskalainen will have a go right off the wall.
Wall did their job.
Here's Neville, and there are a couple of players down, one for each team. And now a third for Locomotive. That's Eric Calvillo. See if we see anything here. Not really, not on what we saw, but everybody seems to be up.
Players normally run that way, but not much in it.
Into the second of 4 added. We probably will have a few seconds after that little stoppage for discussion. And here is Abraham Romero. The man from El DF. Has done the work tonight. Sporting JAX with 7 shots on goal. That's about, I think, 5. I think it was 2 at the first half. Actually, 1. No, it was 2. So 5 coming in the second half. And he stopped everything so far. Into the third of 4 added in MAC.bid stoppage time. Alcock intercepted by Eric Calvillo. Little elbow there, and the referee saw that pretty clearly. Over the top from Danny Wilson. Parried away. Avila. Cardona nodded nicely for Gabi Torres. Brazilian. Back to Danny Gomez. Former Oakland Roots Academy product. One of the first to sign a deal, a professional deal out of the Roots Academy. Maybe a little more than half a minute left. Over the top, won by Eskalainen. Trying to get his own bounce. Double teamed, does some solid work.
Great job by everybody there.
Well covered by Alfaro and Gabi Torres. Some harsh words from a very frustrated Emilia Eskalainen. In from St. Louis City too, the man from Bolton, England. And that is that. Your final score tonight, Locomotive earning its second win at home, its first since April the 5th in league play, with a 2-0 clean sheet shutout. It is exactly what the doctor ordered for Junior Gonzalez and Locomotive FC.
Yeah, and I think you're excited looking forward. You got your goal scorer to score a goal. You got upcoming matches at home. Lots of points remaining. You jump up in the table with the 3 points tonight. Lots cooking for El Paso Locomotive. And if you're Sporting JAX, I think you're proud of the second half as well. And it's showing signs of improvement for them. And they could have put the ball in the back of the net and changed this game just as easily as El Paso Locomotive put the game away.
But it is the goals from the men who do score the goals for Locomotive, Amando Moreno and Rubio Rubin, for the first time in a long time, getting his 9th of the season. That's got to feel real good for the both of them. It's Moreno with his 6th of the season, and again, Rubio Rubin with his 9th. It finishes 2-0 in downtown El Paso. We'll be back with your star of the game, your estrella of the game coming up, and a look at the highlights and plenty more. Stick around as we wrap things up from downtown El Paso.
An important message from Lovin and Murray, personal injury attorneys.
If you've been in a car wreck and suddenly someone calls you offering legal help,
That's not a coincidence. They bought your information.
they're runners. It's illegal for them to contact you like that.
Don't trust anyone who calls you out of nowhere.
You have the right to choose who represents you. Don't be fooled by solicitors.
Call us for a free, no-obligation consultation. Choose local.
Choose Lovett and Murray.
If you've been injured, call Lovett and Murray right now.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Viesca with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to a new modality to treat joint pain, either shoulder, knee, or any other type of joint pain, called PNS, short for peripheral nerve stimulation, which is highly successful. So if you or anyone you know suffers from these type of ailments, please call us at 915-857-4130.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotosSpeedwayPark.com. That's VotosSpeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso as the fireworks display is being set up here at Southwest University Park. Duke Keith along with Gibbs Keaton. A 2-0 win for Locomotive FC, their first home win in the league since Las Vegas in early April. And saluting Eighth Notch, Locomotive fans on the pitch. Locomotive happy to give their fans something special this evening, and it was from start to finish. The clean sheet from Abraham Romero. Duke Keith, Gibbs Keaton with you. Let's take a look at your Physical Therapy Balance and Hand Center's play of the match, your physical play of the match, and it is the first goal. Gabi Torres, beautiful service. Rubin off the bar, but it bounced right to the waiting feet of number 10, who gets his 6th of the season. Locomotive on the board in the 15th minute. That was the game winner.
Yeah, and for Armando Moreno, always finding himself in the right place at the right time. Great service in, and a testament to a full team goal with all the numbers in the box as well.
2-0 win, and of course, Locomotive, lots of opportunities tonight. 9 shots on target this evening. I mean to tell you, Jake McGuire was a busy man. 7 saves for McGuire, who probably kept this from really getting out of hand as we take a look at the full-time stats.
Yeah, McGuire was awesome and did his job tonight. And with that many shots on goal and El Paso Locomotive knocking on the goal, it was inevitable that they were going to score, and they were able to do that.
The possession stats didn't change much in the second half, though Sporting JAX did have a little more of the ball and certainly in the ascendancy for much of the match. They finished with 2 shots on target and 8 shots in total. A lot of that coming in the second half of play.
Yeah, and it was a completely different second half for them, and the contributions are represented on the stat line for them, and what they review in film, I'm sure the positives will be from the second half for Sporting JAX.
Locomotive taking their curtain call all the way around Southwest University Park. They know that they have they were needing to give a good effort for the home fans as we have our estrella of the match ready. Let's send it down to Frida Ruiz, pardon me. Freddie, where am I getting that from? Frida Ruiz with our star of the match, Abraham Romero.
Locos, help me welcome tonight's estrella of the match, Abraham Romero. Abraham, how did it feel to get a win and clean sheet in front of the home fans?
I feel like it was long overdue, and we're happy that we did.
Take me through your thoughts on the huge save on the PK.
If I'm going to be honest, Palermo told me where to dive, and I just listened to him because he has experience and he's old.
And what can a win like this do to the club going forward? What can a win like this do to the club moving forward?
Football's about moments, and it's about momentum, and I think this is a turning point for us, and we're going to climb back up the leaderboard.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Abraham. Let's give it up for Abraham Romero, Locos.
Thank you very much to Abraham and to Frida Ruiz. As things finish 2-0 here in El Paso. Second clean sheet of the season for Romero, the 3rd overall for Locomotive FC. And from start to finish, even though there were some moments in the middle there, Gibbs, in the second half, Locomotive made this work.
They did, and I'm proud of Romero to talk about the momentum that his save had. I think that El Paso Locomotive really got to showcase who they are on the heels of that save, and we'll see some great highlights showcasing the attacking bits to have that confidence and freedom to do that, knowing that they were in command of the scoreline of the game.
This from when Locomotive was up 1-0. Big opportunity there. Cut out by Gabi Torres. Great defensive work on Rafferty Petter, the second half substitute. Kieran Sadlier all up and down that left side for Sporting JAX, but they just couldn't find that final connection. Meanwhile, Locomotive did. What a move.
Dribbling the goalkeepers, OG Ronaldo made a job of that, and that's what is reminiscent there. A little move, bye-bye.
Look at that. Rubio Rubin, the man from Beaverton, Oregon.
Yeah, and just before that, he was the one that caused the turnover too, and I think that's what really needs to be applauded within that. The 9 doing the work to make sure we get possession back and can score.
Football is life. Here in El Paso, the team is alive. Locomotive FC with the 2-0 win. Let's see if we can get anything in the live standings. With the victory, Locomotive is 8th after I think there are games that are still in play, but back in the playoff places. That's all you can ask with the 22 points. Tied with Lexington and Oakland. 6, 7, and 8, Locomotive is in there.
And potentially with a game in hand with some of those as well.
Indeed they do. 16 matches played. Locomotive with 8 home matches through the rest of that. Pardon me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 after tonight. Monterey Bay here in a couple of weeks. That's a Wednesday night match. August the 5th, followed by Saturday versus Oakland Roots right here in El Paso. On the road at Orange County, that'll be a big one against the Western Division leaders next weekend. So for all of us here in El Paso, for my broadcast partner Gibbs Keaton, for our director Justin Hodge, and our producer Parker Landreth, I am Duke Keith. Your final score again tonight, Locomotive FC 2, Sporting JAX 0. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.